So in this presentation, I'm going to describe how you can get clients on Autopilot, just overall with no case studies as well. These are proven methods that I have done and I have experience with doing, that when I had no case studies at the time, I was still able to get appointments. So let's get right into it. So overall, wouldn't it just be great if, you check your calendar, you see that you have another booked appointment, you get an email saying that someone is interested in your service, you get a random call from a prospect who's interested and wants to set up a time to meet with you, and all without you, really doing anything throughout that day. Well, yes, it is possible. I've done it before, and even, without case studies, you can do it, and I'm going to describe how you can do that as well. So these are the two best ways you can get clients on Autopilot. So these are just two categories of ways. Of course, within those categories, there's multiple different things that you can do to help you get clients on Autopilot. And both of these aspects can drive new people to reach out to you and contact you every single day. Once it's set up, very little or no maintenance needs to keep going. So enough intro. Let's see what these things are. So the very first way is to get clients through content. Overall, what does that mean? So you have to be aware, content is still king to this day. Everyone loves content, especially sites like Google, like all the social media sites, they all love content, and there's a reason for it and how it can help you. So one, you're automatically seen as the authority with your content. If people watch, read, or listen to any sort of content you give out, and they get value from your content, they automatically know you, like you, and trust you. And guys, I'm telling you this right now, even if you do anything cold, if you do any cold outreach and stuff, they don't know you, like you, or trust you, so it's a lot harder to get the sale. They need to know you, like you, trust you first, and content does all that. And once the content is made, it's just pretty much there forever. You can just post it on Facebook, YouTube, your blog, wherever, and as long as the internet doesn't completely shut down, it's completely there forever. And then of course, when you try to close the client, it is 100 times easier to actually close that client, because you're already seen as the authority and they already know you, like you, and trust you. I've been able to perform one-call closes from people who've observed my content, reached out for my service, and I've been able to be like, yeah, this is my fee. They agreed to that, and I was able to get started right away. So what kind of content attracts clients? So what kind of content should you be making or pulling out to get clients? And guys, this doesn't have to take too long. This could take 1 or 2 hours a day of just making a new piece of content and just distributing it somewhere, which I'll explain in the next slide. So the type of content you should create should be very, very simple. It doesn't have to be too complex, but it's simply content that helps people get from point A, where they are now, to point B, where they want to be. So most businesses, most of my audience is either through lead generation. I know some of you guys are e-commerce, but most businesses need help getting customers. So there are so many ways you could tell them of how to get customers, and there are different things you can do. So you could say, the A to Z guide to get what they want with the way people get it. So A to Z guide to generate high quality leads through Facebook ads, through SEO, through Google ads, through website design, through whatever service you are offering, since I know a lot of you guys are Facebook ads, so let's stick with that. So then, how do you find these topics that people are curious about? It's actually not that hard. You don't have to just guess and check and then make a whole lot of content that you think people like, and then it goes nowhere. You want to go on Facebook groups, you want to go on Reddit, you want to go Google searches, forums, keyword volume, Quora. There are so many ways just to see what people are asking. This is important, what people are asking. And overall, once you know that, you can make content around what people are asking, and then your content will get more eyeballs, they'll get more listens, they'll get more watch time overall. So if you make content around popular subjects that people actually want to see, you will get some traction. So when I very first started on YouTube, I made my 14th video, which is how I booked how I sent 6 messages and booked 3 calls. And that video I made, I did not expect it, but it completely blew up. It's still the best performing video on my channel. Thank you guys if you liked and subscribed from watching that video. But it's the most viewed video today, and at the time I made that video, I had under 30 subscribers, guys. Like, I did not have much of a fan base, I didn't have much of anything, but that video still blew up, still got me popular. I didn't run any ads to it, I didn't put any money into promoting it. It's just I had under 30 subs, but since it was answering a question that people, specifically you guys, were asking for, it got a lot of traction. And this is how I pretty much find a lot of my research topics. I go on groups, Reddit, and all that, see what types of questions people are asking, and make content about it. So with Google Ads, I know a lot of people are asking about keyword research or just how to set up the campaign, so I make a video about that, and it's one of my better performing videos. So guys, it's not really that much rocket science. And when it comes to what form you want to make the content, you want to do the form that you feel the most comfortable in. If you like to write, you can write a blog. If you like to make videos, like I prefer to make videos, so that's why I use YouTube, like my YouTube channel. If you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe so you get more profitable content just like this. And if you like to talk, you can start a podcast, or if you like to talk but you don't want your face to be seen, start a podcast, and just make sure you just go on groups and see what are people asking. Once you make the content, that's not it. You can make a whole bunch of content, but if no one knows it exists, no one's gonna watch it, no one's gonna see it, you're not gonna be able to book any appointments. So how do you just distribute your content so that way, it's not just sitting there, other people can actually see it, view it, and engage with it. So it's not so easy to do when you start out, but it is possible because I've done it before. And with this YouTube channel, for example, I was complete zero. Like, no one knew me, nothing like that, and I didn't even post on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, to get traction there. But I was able to do it through some of these strategies I'm able to tell you. So just for Pete's sake, please do not just spam your content on whatever platform, or go onto the groups that says, oh, share your content, because all people do is they just post their content, and then no one actually goes in and actually watches other people's content. If they do, it's only 1 or 2 people, and they probably only do it for a week. But don't just go to random Facebook groups or anything and spam it, because it's gonna get deleted if it's just random content that just doesn't have anything to do with the channel or the group. And some group members just don't really approve of that for the most part. So what you want to do is you want to find where your target audience hangs out. So if you watch the interview with Alex Tucker, he talks about this a lot in detail. But what you can do is you want to go to other blogs or other Facebook groups or even other YouTube channels, and then from there you want to answer people's questions in the group and share valuable knowledge. So what I would do is I would go on to Quora and answer people's questions there. And I would also do it on Facebook groups as well. So you don't want to just say answer the question, just be oh, watch my content here, because then it just seems, that's still somewhat spammy. It's better, but still somewhat spammy. But what would happen is people will get curious, and then they click on the profile where you have the link to your website or YouTube channel, and it will funnel people into that. Or what you can also do, what I did with Quora, is you can say, hey, you can answer the question. You could be I made a video about it which explains it more in detail, because it helps answer that question. So you either want to just completely answer a lot of questions in groups, so you're going to get traction because people get curious, they'll click on your profile and then they'll see what you're all about. Or you can answer that question with your video link, as long as that video directly answers what they're asking. Then it's fair game. So if you do have some money, you can spend $5 to $10 a day with Facebook ads. Just run a traffic ad and promote the content. Even retarget people if you want to do all that. But just keep in mind that don't depend on content for working fast. It can take some time to build up and get traction. So I would do this while you're doing other outreach methods, or while you're setting up other systems, which I'm going to describe in this presentation as well. So then you make some content in the background, and then eventually, with this channel as prime example, you're going to build up massive amount of content that once people land on your page and you have some content, you have some social proof, people are going to have some respect for you, and they're going to know you and like you and trust you even without even just watching a video at first. So that's how content is king and how powerful content is. Okay, so the second way for you to get clients on Autopilot is by liking and subscribing to this channel, because I realized that 74% of you guys watch this content and engage with it and are not subscribed. You know, I'm still very, very small YouTuber, so every like and every subscribe truly helps. I see it and it's noted. I'm not some of those big channels who doesn't care. You know, I see it and I love you guys. I respond to every one of you guys' comments. So, and thank you to the 26% of you who watch my content and are subscribed. Don't worry, you know, I didn't forget about you guys. So the number 2 way is by setting up systems that work in your favor to get you clients. So what exactly are systems? And I'm going to talk about the different systems that I've set up, that I've personally set up, and just my personal experience with setting up these systems and the ones that I currently use to this day. So these are processes that you put in place that, once started, helps you generate leads and appointments. And for example, for the system I use, I give a list of leads to my VA. They contact the business, and then the business watches my VSL or books an appointment, and then the business reaches out to me, and then I can schedule the appointment from there, so you can have something from there, something from that end. So there are 3 different types of systems I want to talk about. So one of them is setting up a cold email system, outsourcing your appointment setting by hiring a VA, or you can run ads to a video presentation or a lead magnet with a calendar invite. I'm going to give you guys, you know, the step-by-step guide to do this, because I actually done this before and it wasn't that expensive. It only cost me like $150, and you know, I was able to get a few appointments from it. So one is probably one of the most popular, is to set up a cold email system. And what you do is you mass email hundreds or thousands of businesses offering value and, you know, offering to book a call to help them out. So it's going to involve some startup costs. You know, it's not too costly, you know, an email domain, an email service, and then generating a list of businesses. I use a lead extractor. If you want to know more about it, there'll be a link in the description below which talks about it. And even just know that it is even with a good script, you can expect like a less than 1% response rate even. So in this case, it is a numbers game, but what I like to say is you try to make the numbers in your favor. So you don't want to just say, hey, we're a digital marketing agency in your area, book a call with me. You know, you want to give some sort of value in return or some value up front. So this could be offering to share something, you know, this could be a case study that you possibly have if you have them. If you don't have a case study, you can make, you know, a lead magnet which shares like a step-by-step strategy. And then you can make it sound more enticing by using numbers. So for example, you could say, oh, you can generate 25 plus more leads using this exact system. You know, if you want to learn more about it, you know, I'll be happy to take you up on a call, and you know, something like that. So you can use like numbers or like actual figures to make it sound more enticing as well. And then once it's set up, you can just feed the system with emails and leads, and then you can, you know, slowly watch the appointments coming in and you come in. So this is something that I used to do for a little bit, but I've moved on to other systems. But I plan on, you know, possibly visiting this cold email system back in the future, and then of course you guys are going to be like the first to know, and you guys are going to learn step by step, you know, how to do that. And the second system, which is one that I currently use now, is to hire a VA. So what you can do is pay a VA $3 to $5 an hour to do whatever you want them to do that's going to help you book an appointment. Whether it's sending emails, making calls, DMing, a VA can do that for you. And then, you know, just for affordability, just for cost, if they work 10 hours a week, that's $120 a month. They work 40 hours a week, $480 a month. But of course, you can always customize the hours to fit your needs. And, you know, they're very affordable, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows, fortunately. With my experience with VA, you have to train them. You really need to train them well. And they will 100% make mistakes along the way, no matter how well you think you communicate with them or something. And it may get you in trouble, or it could even cost you. It hasn't cost me money, but it did get me reported on one of the sites that I was using my VA to contact businesses with. And because he didn't, you know, follow some simple example, he didn't, you know, there's some small nuances that he didn't really see and that I didn't really even know about at the time. So You know, that's the risk you take, but you know, I didn't get fined or nothing bad really happened to me, you know, but you know, you're taking a risk because the VA is doing everything under your name. So if the VA messes up, the VA didn't mess up, you messed up. And communication will be the most challenging part. You can say one thing and then they'll do another, and then you can avoid it by doing, like, you know, live video demonstrations and stuff like that. But communication is key, guys. The VAs will do exactly what you tell them to do, but you know, if there are small things that you miss, they're not going to know what to do, and then you know, you should tell them to reach back out to you, but you know, they may not see something, or it's something that may be very nuanced because their English isn't the best, and you know, they may end up sending something that, you know, is not going to convert the lead, or it may get you some trouble. Number 3 is, you know, running your own ads, and this can be done for, like, you know, under 200. So while this is the most cost intensive, it can easily land you appointments, and you truly don't really have to do anything once you set it up. So once you set it up and you have the system in place, you can literally just let it keep running, make some optimizations here and there like you would with clients. It does take some time to set up, and you need to do some proper testing to properly utilize everything. And you know, you don't need to spend $500 on ads, and the landing pages and all that. You know, I only spent $150 on a Facebook Messenger campaign, and I got 12 replies and $11.58 per reply. You know, and then most of those replies turned to appointments and stuff like that, and audits. But it's a way that I could contact the business and you know, set up a time to call with them, only for like $11, which is pretty insane. And I had no case studies at the time. And here's just a quick overview, step by step, of how I did it. And I won't make a video about it. If you guys leave a comment below, or you know, liking this video or subscribing, I can make a video about this in detail and just show you guys everything from the campaign, everything behind the scenes, the sequence I use, etc. So what I did was I created a lead magnet for real estate agents that pointed out step by step how they can get seller leads, because they wanted most real estate agents want seller leads. Then I ran a Facebook Messenger campaign. Skip the part that I needed a landing page software at the time, if you don't want to spend $100 a month on landing page software. Then what I would use is I would use ManyChat to distribute the lead magnet, and plus do some more follow-up messages to add more value / pitch an audit to them, which was a free audit. And using ManyChat is free, or it was free at the time when I did it. I'm pretty sure it's still free for the systems that I've set up. Or you can, if you don't want to use ManyChat, you could personally message them as well, but again, that's a little bit more time intensive. And then what I would do is offer an audit presentation, and then through that audit presentation, you know, I would pitch my services. So I would go on their website, or you know, go on wherever, and you know, tell them how they could optimize it, improve it, you know, and do all that. And then they got a lot of value from it, and then I would get on a call with them. And of course, at the time when I had no case studies, no experience, no sales experience, I wasn't able to close any of the clients of when I did it. But you know, this is something that I'm actually going to consider revisiting, especially, you know, I was looking back at the campaign just for this video and saw that, you know, I didn't really spend that much, and I did get a few appointments. So you know, this is something that I will consider, you know, revamping and redoing again. And of course, now I have more experience, and now I have just more knowledge of how to run ads like this. So I'll make a video about it. Again, I just need enough feedback from you guys, if you know, you guys want to see something like this. So you know, that's pretty much how you can get clients on Autopilot, guys. So you can either do it through content or setting up systems. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. If you want to see more videos on ways to get clients, you can click on what's on the end screen right now, and it's going to be another video about how to get, you know, your first client overall. And that is it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.